How are you, baby? Nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Hola, hola. Muy buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to ask everyone to please find your seat. We are going to begin our program. Everyone, please make your way to your seats. We are going to begin our program momentarily. Nice to see you. There will be other opportunities for photographs towards the end of the program and at our intermission, so we're going to ask everyone to please find your seats. We are going to get started in about a minute. Okay, so we could party more. Yay! Okay. Okay. Perfect. Good afternoon, everybody. Muy buenas tardes a todos. Buenas tardes. Veo que todavía hay algunas personas de pie. We're going to ask you to please find your seats. We are about to get started with our program. Chris, I don't want to call you out, but that would be you as well. Bill Tipacti, that would be you as well. Bill, you can sit in my chair, but you cannot eat my food, okay? Bueno, muy buenas tardes. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Damaris Díaz, and I am so honored to be here today celebrating wonderful men in our community that are pillars in our community and are paving the way for the next generations. My name is Damaris Díaz. Soy Damaris Díaz de Noticias Univisión 41. Yo presento el noticiero de la mañana y también el noticiero del mediodía. A ver, una bulla, los latinos. Y una bulla a los latinos que ven Univisión 41. Eso, quiero escuchar más personas. For me, it is such an honor to be here once again. I get to MC this event for 2 years in a row now, and I've also been with Mujeres Destacadas. And it's such a beautiful thing to get together and celebrate some of the most exemplary people in our community, and also to celebrate you, because everyone that is here today nominated the awardees. So that means that you took the time to see these heroes that are in our community. And many times we go to work and we put our heart and soul into it, and we do it because we love what we do. We do it because there's a paycheck attached to it, right? And we don't do it because we're looking for someone to give us recognition. But when it happens, it's special. And that's why we're here today. So I want to tip my hat off to all of you for being here, for nominating these awardees on this beautiful Friday afternoon, perfect fall afternoon here in New York City. Who loves New York City? I love New York City. I'm just a visitor. I'm not a New Yorker. I'm on the other side of the bridges and tunnels, but it is such a charm to come here any time of the day. And it is really, truly something special to be a part of this wonderful community, this melting pot of New Yorkers that come from all parts of the world. Inmigrantes que llegaron aquí para alcanzar su sueño americano, and eso estamos celebrando aquí hoy. our version of the American dream coming true this very day here with El Diario's 21st Annual Awards. Y hoy vamos a destacar 21 individuals. And so, as you know, the EL Awards have grown into a community of remarkable Latinos who have become true ambassadors and role models. Today, we're going to welcome 21 extraordinary individuals into this distinguished legacy, the true unsung heroes of the community. So let's put our hands together for our awardees today. El Diario's commitment to the community as El Campeón de los Hispanos remains very strong, supporting our Latinos in achieving their goals and fulfilling their dreams, of course. And our honorees today are living proof that it can be done, that we can pave the way and that we can find our seat at this table and represent Latinos from around all of our Latin American countries in very important companies and in very influential roles. And we're going to be live streaming this today. So the EL Awards 2025 would also like to welcome everyone that is connected via YouTube at El Diario NYC. And text your neighbors, call your family, and let them know that we're live here today. I know many people cannot be here in the flesh, but it is such an honor to at least be able to be a part of this celebration in a virtual way. So I want to bring someone to the podium who is very special, Senior VP Hispanic Content, Rafael Cores.
Thank you, Damaris. Thank you so much. Well, I'm very happy to be here today. And by the way, I know that there are some Venezuelans here, and I want to congratulate Venezuela today because it's a community that has suffered so much, and sadly, most of the news that we get around Venezuela are negative, and when we have a great news about Venezuela, I think we have to celebrate it, so yeah. This is one of my favorite days of the year. We are celebrating 21 outstanding men of the community. And maybe some of you are wondering why they are all men, right? Well, we have another event at the beginning of the year, Mujeres Destacadas, that is this year celebrated its 28th anniversary. That came first. And then a few years later, they decided, they said, probably there are some men out there that they also deserve to be recognized. And EL Awards were born, right? So what an incredible and diverse group of people we have here that we are honoring today. We have doctors that take care of us. We have entrepreneurs, business leaders that create jobs and opportunities for our community. We have civil servants that protect us. We have activists that fight for us. So educators that are like, teaching our kids. So it's a great group. Thank you very much. Your stories deserve to be told, and your work deserves to be recognized. You remind us of the power of the contributions of this community, a community that El Diario has been serving and informing for more than 112 years now. It's the oldest Spanish language newspaper in the US. And every year, I've been attending, I think, this for like 11 or 12 years already. And every year, all the group, we say it, we leave this room re-energized, recharged. And that's thank you to you. So, we cannot thank enough for you guys being here and for the people that nominate the awardees. Congrats. Thank you for your example. Thank you for your work. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Rafael, muchísimas gracias. Y también queremos recibir aquí a una persona que es muy querida, muy especial, El Diario's Director of Sales and Marketing, Ingrid Jiménez. Ingrid works tirelessly to help our community and to put this event together.
Yeah, I have to bring it down. Wow, thank you for the cheers. That's amazing. I was talking to one of the honorees, and I said, we start these conversations via email, via text, and so forth, like 3 months in advance, right? And by the time we get here, I feel like, oh my God, todos son familia mía. Alguien me da una mano, le digo, no, es un abrazo que se merece, porque imagínate. So thank you all for that. Welcome to El Diario's EL Awards 2025. What an honor it is to stand among such inspiring company, a room filled with visionaries, leaders, and trailblazers whose passion, perseverance, and purpose continue to uplift our community. Today is about celebrating excellence, progress, and the power of representation, values that unite us and define what the EL Awards stand for. Before I continue, we'd like to take a moment to thank GMC, who's our title sponsor of this year's EL Awards. GMC's partnership reflects our shared commitment to community excellence, leadership, and progress. Their brand stands for strength, innovation, and purpose, the very same qualities embodied by the extraordinary honorees we celebrate today. Un fuerte aplauso para GMC, por favor. I also want to take a moment to recognize the person responsible for starting this incredible celebration 21 years ago. She is, I assume, running a little bit late, but I do want to acknowledge Rosana Rosado. We also like to extend our appreciation to several partners and organizations who continue to support our mission. Hostos Community College, that's in the house today. New York City Health and Hospital. Statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey. And of course, my friends from Pix 11. And I'm saving my best friends from Univision. Thank you guys. You guys are truly an amazing group of people, and we really appreciate always your partnership. Finally, I do want to ask if there are any fathers or grandfathers of any of the honorees that are here today with us. Yes, okay. Can you please stand up? Sin ustedes, no estaríamos celebrando a estos hijos y nietos extraordinarios. Let's give them another round of applause, please. Gracias a todos, and may you enjoy this wonderful celebration of leadership, unity, and pride. Thank you.
That's right. We're celebrating 21 distinguished men and their fathers. So, felicidades a los tres caballeros que están aquí hoy. La verdad que es un honor. Y gracias por prestarnos a sus hijos también. How about sons and daughters of the honorees? Do we have any sons and daughters here today? I want to see your beautiful faces. Can we see you stand up? Aww. Congratulations. Congratulations to your family. How beautiful, right? What a beautiful moment to be able to celebrate with our loved ones. It's not every day that we can bring our families to celebrate with us in these events, especially a lot of the people here, we attend events all the time, right? And after a while, it might get a little redundant. Some of us still really enjoy it, but it's just such a treat to have your families alongside of you to celebrate with you in, these moments that are just, memorable. We're going to continue with our program. So now we want to start with Superintendent of Belleville Public Schools, CEO and Aligned Consultant Group. I want to call Dr. Erick Alfonso, an inspiring education leader whose journey from physical education teacher to superintendent has touched thousands of lives. Through Aligned Consulting Group, he continues to close opportunity gaps and uplift underserved communities. Felicidades. Muchas felicidades.
right, so I prepared it initially in Spanish because I thought it was El Diario, why not, right? But so let me do a little translation for you all in typical Spanglish Cuban form, right? So mi cubano in here, we know what we're talking about. It's an honor to be here amongst such distinguished leaders and to see such pioneers in different fields that are transformative in all walks of life. Es un honor ver tantos líderes como ustedes que son de diferentes fases del área de la vida y que hacen un impacto tan grande en este mundo. I wanted to talk today real quick about a hero that most of you won't see in the newspaper, you might not read about, but is a leader nonetheless. And that is my grandmother, Marta Guerra. Y quiero hablar de ustedes de una persona increíblemente especial, una heroína, que a lo mejor no oyen de ella en un periódico o en el televisor. Su nombre es Marta Guerra y es mi abuela. Marta was born in 1923. She was a visionary, independent thinker, business owner, and a woman who did not know when to keep her mouth shut. Mi abuela era una visionaria, nació en el año 1923, sí, correcto. Y ella siempre fue independiente. Ella no se callaba la boca cuando tenía que callarse la boca, y menos cuando se lo decían. Once the tides changed in Cuba, she knew it was time to make a change. She was a single mother, and she left everything she knew behind in efforts to start a new life in an unknown area, in an unknown land, with no one to count on. The only thing she brought with her was passion, faith, and the perseverance to succeed regardless of the circumstances. Cuando los tiempos en Cuba empezaron a cambiar, como aquí muchos lo sabemos, ella decidió que ese no era el futuro que quería para su familia, como madre soltera criando a mi madre. Ella hizo la decisión tan difícil que muchos hemos hecho aquí, de dar un cambio en su vida, venir a un país que no reconoce, un idioma que no reconoce, para mejorar la calidad de vida de mi madre y de ella. Y eventualmente aquí estamos hoy parados delante de ustedes hoy. Esa historia es una historia bien común en este cuarto. Y si no fuera por los sacrificios de las generaciones antes de nosotros, los padres, los abuelos de nosotros, muchos, si no todos aquí no estuviéramos parados. Y ese es un testamento de verdad de lo que es sacrificio. Nosotros nos sacrificamos lo que es en el trabajo, las horas que ponemos, los viajes que tenemos que hacer. Pero eso no es ni una décima parte de lo que es cambiar una vida entera, entrar a un mundo entero completamente diferente, sin saber lo que le espera al otro lado. Pero saber que donde están no puede seguir. The true sacrifices are made by those before us. And most of us here would not be here if it wasn't for the generations before us who made the ultimate sacrifice to change not only their livelihood, their lives, going to a new world in a whole different language, and just with the hopes of a better life. But one thing was for sure, they couldn't continue the life they lived. So today, I want to dedicate this award, I want to dedicate this day to Marta Margarita, mi abuelucha Guerra. She was a pioneer. Every single part of my DNA that is leadership, that is servitude, came from her. And I would be remiss without thanking my beautiful wife, Jocelyn, that, as you all know, our hours get crazy. You know, she supports every crazy initiative I think of. Superintendent of schools, I'm an adjunct professor, and I said, babe, I want to open up an LLC. She's like, sure you do. And next thing you know, I'm writing grants for underprivileged communities to try to bridge that educational gap. There she is, right by my side, like she's always been from day one. So babe, I love you, and thank you. Thank you all, congratulations to all, and have a great afternoon.
Wow, what a speech. Let's put our hands together one more time for Dr. Erick Alfonso. I think he was a news anchor in a past life. So poised. He didn't do a not once. Not once did you stutter. You didn't hesitate. And I'm surprised that you were able to keep your composure, remembering your grandmother that way. I was here trying to hold back my tears because what a beautiful story. And like you say, it's the story of many people in this room here today. It took for our grandparents and our great-grandparents to find courage from sometimes where they didn't even know they had it, to leave their home, what they knew, to come here to the United States so that their family, so that we could have a better opportunity and a better future. So thank you for sharing that beautiful story, and thank you for being here with us. It is such an honor. And our next recipient is CEO of the Village NY and academic advisor of Bronx Community College, Felipe Ayala Jr. We honor Felipe, whose compassion and lifelong dedication has helped thousands of students pursue higher education. As CEO of Village NY and advisor of Bronx Community College, he continues to empower the youth. Felicidades.
Thank you so much. I dedicate this award to my father, who's not with us. At the age of 12, he left San Germán, Puerto Rico to come to New York City, to East Harlem, El Barrio, where I do most of my work. So buenos dias. I'm deeply honored to receive the EL Award that has uplifted our voices for generations. As a Black Latino from East Harlem, this moment is more than recognition. It's a reflection of the journey, the struggle, the joy of serving my community. In El Barrio, we don't just dream, we build. We build college fairs that open doors for our youth. We build church ministries that heal hearts and restore hope. We build spaces where Black and brown families feel seen, heard, and empowered. My work in college access, church ministry, and community uplifting is rooted in love for my people, for my neighborhood, for my legacy we're creating together. Every flyer, every prayer, every late night planning session is a brick in the foundation of a future where our kids know they belong in every room. This award isn't just for me, it's for East Harlem, for the abuelas who prayed over us, for the young leaders rising up, for the storytellers, the organizers, the believers. Gracias, El Diario, for honoring our truth. I carry this award with pride, with a promise to keep showing up, to keep building, and to keep lifting El Barrio to the world. As it says in Galatians 6:9, I am a pastor as well. Amen. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Seguimos adelante con fe, con fuerza y con comunidad. Gracias. Thank you. I want to thank Antonio Aponte for nominating me for this award as well. Thank you.
Felicidades, Felipe. And our next recipient is Deputy Supervisor Town of Harveststraw. Yes? We celebrate Isidro Cancel, a lifelong public servant whose leadership and volunteer spirit have strengthened his community for more than 5 decades, and his commitment to service and uplifting children and families continues to inspire so many people.
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. I would like to congratulate my fellow honorees also receiving the EL Award this year. My involvement in my community started 50 years ago, thanks to my high school coach, who asked me to volunteer for the fire department. To be involved in your community helps you to meet people from all backgrounds and creates opportunities for future growth. The same coach hired me as a teacher and a career that lasted 37 years. Throughout my career, I have served on many community boards as a volunteer, eventually elected to serve as a councilman in the town of Haverstraw. Being the first Latino elected to the town board or any organization brings additional pressures and responsibilities. You must prove you are capable of contributing to the success of the organization you were appointed to or elected to. Being in the boardroom where decisions on policies and hiring are made is important, as your input could have an impact on the Latino community. You have a say in advocating for qualified Latinos to be given a chance in the hiring process for the implementation of programs that better serve the needs of their community. It is an honor for me to receive this award at El Diario, the newspaper I brought to my mother every day. I wish she could have been here today to celebrate this award with me. I would like to thank Ingrid Jiménez and her staff at El Diario for all the help throughout this process. Thank you again and enjoy the Columbus weekend.
Felicidades. I'm going to warn everyone, the stage is very small, so if you take one step too far back, you will be on the floor. Our next awardee is a visionary entrepreneur who has transformed his architectural firm into something that is thriving, a thriving enterprise working on major national projects. His leadership and perseverance, as well as his commitments to excellence, exemplify the power of resilience and innovation. And before we receive this individual who's very important and very special to all of us, Gregory Carvalla, President and CEO of Azar Design, we would like to show you a short video of a day in the life of someone like Gregory.
That can help people. LaGuardia Airport, JFK, or the new, Buffalo Bills Stadium. Once-in-a-lifetime projects, and we've been very fortunate to be able to be part of that. Driving the Sierra EV, it resonates with how I approach architecture, precision, innovation, and function. Having the right tools. Ultimately, architecture is about impact. Creating spaces that not only function, but inspire, and that leave a lasting mark on the people who use them.
And in partnership with GMC, let's welcome Gregory Carvalla. Muchas felicidades.
Well, first of all, I got to thank the production crew. I was really nervous about that video. I haven't seen it yet. It's the first time, so thank you for making me look good. But it is an honor to be here today in this beautiful room to receive this recognition, and congratulations to all the other recipients. I want to thank the committee for selecting me, and Flurry, if you're here, for nominating me. I have these moments, and this is one of them, where I ask myself, how did I get here? I have the privilege of leading Azar Design Co., a professional services firm, with a team of over 180 employees. They are the heart of our success. Our team includes licensed professionals from diverse backgrounds, recent graduates, and individuals who have recently arrived in this country in search of opportunity. These individuals bring incredible potential and talent. And we strive to be a company that welcomes them, supports them, and sees them fully. I understand their journey, as I'm second generation here. All of my grandparents came to this country with a dream of a better future. for themselves and future generations. So I asked myself, how are we living up to that dream? The only one that I got to know was my grandmother. Common theme, I guess, today, who immigrated from Peru. She was an entrepreneur. She taught herself English and opened a hair salon in Brooklyn, creating jobs in her community. It's still there. It's a nail salon now. It's on 9th Street near 4th Avenue. When I think about where I came from and how I got here, I feel immense gratitude and a deep commitment to continue their legacy. I see how the entrepreneurial spirit I inherited from my grandmother lives on in me. I now look forward to honoring that legacy and carrying it forward and passing it down to the next generation. And I'm fortunate to have the next generation here with me today, my children. Thank you. Your love and support mean the world to me, and I'm so happy to share this moment with you today. Thank you.
Muchísimas felicidades. And our next honoree is Dennis Carrion, founder of Carrion Accident and Injury Attorneys. And we recognize this attorney for his dedication to justice and representation of the Latino community and working tirelessly to be the voice of so many people that need an attorney like yourself. Ven para acá. Felicidades. Be careful there.
I'm such a millennial. I have my phone. You may know the brand as 212 Carrion, 212 Carrion. All right, that's how most people know it. It's an honor to be recognized by El Diario, a publication that has been the voice of the Latino community for generations. Pero este reconocimiento, como the honorees have mentioned, no es solo para mí, sino para todos los que creen en el trabajo duro, en la familia y en la fuerza de nuestra comunidad latina. And it's really a tribute to hardworking immigrants like my parents y a cada padre, cada madre que trabaja largas horas para darle un mejor futuro a sus hijos. It's those who came to this country with nothing but dreams and determination and built a life where I could thrive and give back to the very community that helped raise me. At our firm, 212 Carrion, we fight for fairness, for dignity, and for opportunity. Because justice, my friends, should not depend on your zip code, your accent, or where your story began. Y también creemos que el éxito no se mide solo en casos ganados, sino en vidas cambiadas. Y eso es lo que más orgullo me da, ver cómo juntos, como comunidad, como latinos, seguimos rompiendo barreras y creando oportunidades para los que vienen detrás. That's very important. To my team, a mi hermosísima esposa que está conmigo, Amanda, a mis niñas y mi niño en casa, gracias por apoyarme, por darme todo, and most importantly, for being my purpose. This recognition reminds us all in this room, we are stronger together como latinos. Y cuando uno avanzamos, todos juntos avanzamos. Gracias.
Felicidades, Dennis. One more thing.
I don't want it to look rude, so I wanted to let the room know. And someone mentioned Venezuela. Venezuela y Argentina, partido hoy in Miami, right? You guys know about this? Hoy mismo. Before this, I had booked that for my team. I'm flying down a whole team to Miami. I have to get on my flight, so please don't think I'm rude. It was booked before this. I would love to have. We're gonna literally walk from the other side of the room. It's gonna be awkward. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Just don't rush off the stage, because if you fall, we're going to have another accident. Carrion, you're going to have to represent yourself if you fall off. Be careful. I'm telling you, there's a little gap back here. And every time someone comes up, I'm like, ooh. You better leave a representative here when you leave. And our next awardee is Special Advisor, New York City and Downstate Justice Initiatives, Ricardo Cosme-Ruiz. And we honor Ricardo whose remarkable journey from challenging to achievement exemplifies perseverance. His work, connecting communities, here you go, connecting community organizations with vital resources continues to create safer, more just neighborhoods across New York. And it's such an honor to have you here.
Diablo, todo el mundo me está mirando. It's a privilege to stand here among so many accomplished leaders and change makers. Now more than ever, it's important for us as Latinos to come together to celebrate, to uplift one another, and to remind the world of our strength, our resilience, and our countless contributions we make every single day. Even when others try to discredit our value, we stand tall. I am humbled to accept this recognition, and I thank El Diario, honoring my journey in public service. I was born in Hell's Kitchen to Puerto Rican parents who left the island for a better life. I grew up in the South Bronx with two brothers and my sister. We grew up in very difficult times, facing challenges in our community, but we persevered. Oh, got them all mixed up. Oh, here we go. My mom worked in a factory for 30 years with only an 8th grade education. She never missed a day of work, and because of her, we never went without. Her love, work ethic, and example shape who I am today. My first job in public service was with the New York City Council, former council member Maria de Carmen Arroyo. During my interview, she said to me, if you want to work here and keep working here, you need to enroll in college. I listened, and I became the first in my family to earn a bachelor's degree and then a master's degree. That decision set standard for my nieces and nephew who have all followed the same path. I cannot end without thanking my husband of 24 years, Richard Izquierdo Arroyo. He has supported me through every challenge, encouraged me to grow, and continues to guide and love me. He is the reason I began my journey in public service. I love you, babe. This recognition is not just about me, it's about all of us who carry forward the sacrifices of our parents. We are part of a proud legacy of Latinos, shaping our city every day. Thank you, El Diario, again, for shining a light on Latino leaders who serve and inspire our community. Pa'lante, mi gente.
Felicidades, Ricardo. And our next awardee is Executive Director of Dominicanos USA, and we salute Erick Cuesta for his tireless civic leadership and commitment to empowering immigrants. Through Dominicanos USA, he has helped thousands become U.S. citizens and active participants shaping our community. Felicidades, Erick. A ti. La fotito.
Muchísimas gracias y buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Erick Cuesta, yo soy el director ejecutivo de Dominicanos USA. Me siento muy complacido de estar aquí con todos ustedes y verdaderamente quiero felicitarlos a todos los honorarios que están aquí. First, I want to thank El Diario and the organizer of this award, the EL Award, for this incredible honor, as well as James Rodriguez for nominating me. To be recognized amongst such accomplished Latinos, leaders, is truly very humbling, and it's an honor. My journey began in Washington Heights when I learned the value of hard work, community, and perseverance. Since 2013, the organization that I represent, Dominicanos USA, started at Hostos Community College in the South Bronx as a nonpartisan organization with its mission to empower the Dominican American community through civic, social, and economic integration. Since 2013, we have been able to register over 190,000 voters and mobilize more of them to the polls during election time. This has been in the South Bronx, in Washington Heights, throughout the city, Brooklyn, which has today shown the power of community in terms of when we say, yes, we participate in the electoral process. We have also, helped more than 3,500 legal permanent residents to become U.S. citizens as we help them through ESL and civic exam preparation. We all today, what we're going through, as an immigrant, basically coming here in the early 1960s. My parents, what they went through, they went through all the process of applying to become U.S. citizens, and we see today, the attack that is on immigrants, and I think we have to continue our support. We also engage our youth, through innovative civic programs that connect with esports, technology, and at many high schools throughout the Bronx and Upper Manhattan, with the support of a lot of teachers, hostos, and many of, of the people that have supported, the efforts in terms of, working with the students, which is the future of our community. This is a pivotal moment for philanthropy, corporation, and government to invest in nonprofit like DUSA, so we can continue uplifting the Latino community and honoring the contributions to this great nation. Thank you again for this recognition. I'm proud to share this moment with my family and colleagues and all of you. It is real an honor to be here, and we continue our support, and with your support, we will continue to empower our community. Thank you very much.
Erick, felicidades. And let me see, do we have any baseball fans in the house? Wow, it's about to get saucy because we have a former Major League Baseball pitcher here with us in the room. He is now an award-winning sports broadcaster. His journey from the pitcher's mound to the newsroom is a testament to his resilience, passion, and power of reinvention. Let's put our hands together for Nelson Figueroa, co-host of Sports Nation Nightly, Pix 11. Felicidades, Nelson.
I remember what you said. I won't go backwards, I promise. Always forward, never backwards, guys. Glasses for effect, it's just for reading. So since I'm not going to be reading, I don't need them. Congratulations to all the other honorees, everyone attending here, everyone who's watching on YouTube. In the great words of Mr. Lin-Manuel Miranda, immigrants, we get the job done. For everyone who has come before us and everyone who will come after us, we are the example that our parents wanted to set, and maybe they couldn't because of the struggle. Being a third generation, proud Puerto Rican, whose grandparents left the island for a better life, and they came here to Brooklyn and took whatever jobs they could with very little English that they knew, till the day they died, somehow, even though they were here for over 60, 70 years. Mis abuelos, mi abuela, the joy of going to their house and the love that you received set the example. We didn't have a lot of money, but there was always a lot of love, and even more to go around. As people went off and married and the family grew bigger and bigger, and you started to see that melting pot in your living room every week. It's always changing. I went to Brandeis University, found a Jewish girl named Elisa. We fell in love, we got married, we had a beautiful daughter named Renee. The inspiration was set way back when. I didn't understand what was being said, and I always tell my parents about this. The love that I saw in my grandparents' eyes when they looked at each other. My grandmother, who opened her door to anyone and everyone, and the house was always filled. It was a 3-bedroom apartment that somehow housed 20 or plus, right? Every holiday, if you go to my parents' house to this day, there's at least 50 people in that 3-bedroom apartment. But one thing is, they come from far and wide because of the love that Latinos bring to the community. We talk about the melting pot. The melting pot is nothing without the flavor of Latinos. From wherever you're from, you bring your spices, you bring your way of being, your forma de ser, and you add a little bit of your own. And every time you taste it, it gets better and better, right? So for someone who grew up not speaking a word of Spanish, I have to thank my parents for that, because they wanted me to be the first one to graduate, not only from high school, but then go on to college, graduate from college, and be someone that other people could look up to. Those people, of course, could have only been my brothers and sisters, and that was my goal. Set the example, right? Be the example. At sometimes, you know, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but a wooden spoon on my backside. Thank you for that, Mom. I truly, truly appreciate the way that I was raised and wouldn't change it for the world. We talk about a lot of things that we notice, and we are bringing up food allergies and this, that, cómelo. And as my dad would say, if you don't eat it, you're gonna wear it, right? You order with your eyes, watch what happens. It was all those things growing up. But the reason I bring up all these little stories is that a lot of times we don't have a chance to share and celebrate and thank people until it's too late. So will my parents please stand? 52 years of being together, and we'd love to say it was as blissful as could be, but the real struggle was how much was too much. How much work was too much when you're sacrificing time with the family? How much time with this child was too much for that child to not feel like they're not important enough? I have 2 brothers who are in the middle of me and my little sister. Of course, 3 boys. La Princesa came along, and the firstborn Fresh Prince of Coney Island had to take a back seat to her, right? You guys can sit down. I love you. I don't want to see you struggling standing there for so long. But it's one of those things where when you're raised Latino, we are in every community. We are in every walk of life. I'm so glad to be from one of the biggest families. My grandmother had 8, 9 kids on that side. My other grandparents had 6 on their side. You're talking about 14 people in the community, whether they were police officers, firemen, in the Navy. My brother's working at City Hall. My sister is a principal at a charter school. It doesn't end there, right? It just grows from there. Those were seeds. The seeds started when they came from the little island of Puerto Rico, and they planted those seeds over in Gates in the Brooklyn community. Those seeds sprouted and became spread seeds of their own. And the flowers that you look at and the flowers that bloom may not be recognizable at first. But when you start putting them all together, you see the name Figueroa across, whether it's the Eastern Seaboard or it's the whole world. I got to play baseball in a lot of places, and I'll try to make this brief. I always wanted to play for Puerto Rico and winter ball. But they told me in the beginning, because I was a native of America, I wasn't Puerto Rican enough. Ouch. They said as well, you're not good enough. We only have big leaguers or better. At the time I was in AA, and I so desperately wanted to go represent Puerto Rico. So what happened, I wound up going, my first time, I wound up playing in Mexico. When I played in Mexico, they said they thought I was Cuban. So I was El Cubano, Nelson Figueroa. I left there and got picked up by the Dominican Republic. So what was I when I got to the Dominican Republic? I was Mexican. I leave Dominican Republic, and I had I played there for Águilas. We beat Licey in one of the greatest finals in 2008, and I come back home, And then I go back to playing in the big leagues with the New York Mets, a team that I grew up loving as a kid and had a chance to play for and be drafted by. And the whole while, it wasn't about where people thought I was from. It was who I was and who I was learning to be. I continued to evolve as a Latino, and Spanish isn't Spanish everywhere. It changes. Words that are said in some countries have no value, and words that are said in some countries have all the value in the world. So you have to be careful, and I learned that in that melting pot of all the Latinos playing baseball. I had to translate English for them. I had to make sure that they knew exactly how to get around, how to order things. Rest in peace, Octavio Dotel, one of my best friends coming up through the Mets organization. When I got back and played in Dominican Republic, he treated me like a king, brought me around, and I still have such a fondness of the Dominican culture. I got to get past my baseball days of playing. What's next? What do I do? How do I continue to feel like I'm doing something that makes me relevant in the community? And thank God for Pix 11. They gave me an opportunity when nobody else did. And they have put me on camera to tell my story, to give my opinions, show that representation is important. Radel, what's up, bro? To show that representation is important, right? And here's the thing. I got a chance to get on the air, and I came in as just a sports analyst in a sports debate show, and that's my expertise. But you know what? I had a chance to host the Dominican Day Parade, which is our first coverage ever. And we had an absolute ball covering it. And the funny part is that all my Dominican friends texted me like it was nothing else. It wasn't, yo, you're Puerto Rican hosting it. No. Wow, they were so jealous of me. Why? Because I don't just consider myself Puerto Rican. I consider myself Latino, right? We did the 116th Street Festival for the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and that was a tremendous success. Even though it was pouring, raining, nobody moved a muscle. We stayed there and showed out, had a great time. And we did our second one, Dominican Day Parade, in which the ratings continue to soar, and people look for us now. Pix 11 is known as New York's very own, and I am that. I am that because of my grandparents who came, took the chance, felt the struggle, went back to Puerto Rico, realized that they were missing the community here in New York, the Latinos here in New York, and got back here and continued to raise me and my parents, my brothers and sisters, and everybody else. And at the end of the day, a catalyst is someone or something that makes change but doesn't change itself. I've been called a catalyst before, and I realized I don't like it. Because I'm forever changing, I'm forever evolving, I'm forever becoming more and more connected to the things around me. And what's around me right now and today are tremendous leaders in the Latino community, people who want to help better and better what's going on there for Latinos all over the world. And we are doing that. We are thriving, ladies and gentlemen. We are thriving here today. There are 21 people who are getting awards today. Roberto Clemente was number 21. I don't think it's just a coincidence. Thank you all. Thank you for your continued service to the Latino community. Let's keep doing it. Yes, yes, yes.
And your favorite baseball team is? How many other Mets fans here? How about Yankee fans? Uh-oh. And moving right along, our next awardee is NYC Health and Hospitals Comptroller David Guzman. David, for your leadership in managing the finances of the nation's largest public healthcare system, your dedication to integrity and service ensures that vital resources reach those that need them the most. Felicidades.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I think it's unfair to have to follow these people. There's some great speeches. I'm a notorious introvert, so I'm going to actually read a bit, so bear with me. First and foremost, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to El Diario for this incredible honor. For decades, El Diario has been a critical source of information for the Latino community. It has consistently empowered and educated us. and that has never meant more than it does today. I want to congratulate my fellow awardees. You are all trailblazers in your respective fields, and it is truly inspiring to be in such esteemed company. I'm especially grateful to the people who have had a profound impact on my career. Some of them are here today. Someone put them on the spot. Helen Arteaga, CEO of Elmhurst Hospital. I had the privilege and honor for working for her, and she nominated me, so thank you so much. She's the one that never lets me forget my Elmhurst roots, even though now I'm in the corporate office, so thank you. I want to thank my my other H&H and Elmhurst family. They're at this table, table 8. Some of you have been with me since my entire journey, and I'm so appreciative of you for being there for me. John Alberg, I'm going to put you on the spot, John, the CFO of the Health and Hospitals Corporation. He gave me an incredible opportunity to come to the corporate office. He brings in the money and I spend it, so thank you very much. I spend it very quickly. And my wonderful family, who endured many years of unpredictable schedules and hours. They've been my constant source of love and support. And I want to highlight actually my mother. She's a cancer survivor. We almost lost her. Please stand up. We almost lost her. And she's the pillar of our family. And I love you, Ma. Thank you so much for what you've done for me. Thank you. So I've had the privilege of working for the Health and Hospitals Corporation 25 years. In fact, I was born at one of its hospitals, Coney Island Hospital. So you could say my career started 47 years ago, actually. I grew up in a housing project, so the upward mobility I experienced at this corporation has meant a lot to me and my family. My first role for this organization was as a hospital care investigator. From there, I had the honor of rising through the ranks, holding various positions as deputy CFO, COO, among many hospitals. And now I'm the corporate controller for the whole system. I can honestly say that I love each and every hospital, each and every role, but I love Elmhurst more. Wink, wink. At each step of my career, I was fortunate enough to encounter incredible people, some of whom are here today. I've mentioned them. They saw potential in me. They pushed me forward to new opportunities. They helped me grow professionally, personally. This award is not just mine. It belongs to all of you who have guided me, supported me, and lifted me up through this journey. As I continue my journey at Health and Hospitals, I promise to remain dedicated to our staff, to continue to work to make a difference to the lives of the people we serve, namely our patients, our community. So thank you again, El Diario, and everyone who has been a part of this amazing journey. Thank you so much.
And our next recipient is an entertainment professional who has brought joy to audiences around the world as tour manager for El Gran Combo de Puerto Rico. His creativity and mentorship continues to shape the next generation of artists. And we celebrate Arturo Martínez. But first, before we receive you up here, we want to bring someone who has some words to share. Comedian and actor, Arturo Martínez. Tenemos aquí a Radel Ortiz. Ahí está.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Damas y caballeros. Hay que hablar así porque this is some fancy stuff here. What's up, y'all? I'm Radel Ortiz, and I won't be long because the person I'm going to introduce today, he's intelligent, he's funny, and he's very handsome. And that's just a bunch of stuff he told me to say. It's not true. You'll see, it's not true. No, but for real, I met Arturo in 2019, and I thought that he would just be like a regular, an acquaintance that you meet in the industry. But very quickly, he became a mentor. He became my manager. He became a father figure, and now he became one of my best friends in the whole world. So it is my honor to introduce Arturo Tito Martínez. Una bulla fuerte.
Felicidades.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to stand here today from the Lower East Side, New York City. Just first off. Along the way, I've been blessed with many mentors and friends who to this day still remain close to my heart. All right, I'm going to pick this up and read this because I'm sorry. A little nervous here. To all the recipients here today, sharing this moment makes it even more special. Working alongside, being alongside you guys inspires me, but also really shows me how much more work I have to do. Like, I got a lot to catch up to you guys, so congratulations to you all. Admire you very much. A lot of people ask me, what is it exactly that I do? And my answer is whatever it takes, right? No set job. I love what I do. I'm appreciative of what I do. Parents, I'm gonna drop this now. Parents from Honduras, and they came to this country, but being the melting pot, fell in love with hip hop, fell in love with salsa, moved to Puerto Rico. I joke that I tell everyone I'm Puerto Rican, you know? Not Puerto Rican, I'm Puerto Rican. So thank you all. A lot of people I have to thank. A lot of the mentors in this industry. In this industry, there's a lot of guys who work behind the scenes who don't get the credit, and they've been mentors to me, and it's my job to try to do the same back. I appreciate all of them, so I'm accepting this little piece for them as well. So Jorge, thank you for the nomination, brother. I appreciate you more for this, because this is something I'm not used to. This is something that doesn't happen too much, so when it does happen, it makes it that much more special. To my wife, Tara, we were teen parents, and love you. But wait, the story gets better. We married at 18, we divorced at 21. 15 years. She remarried, I remarried. She had another child. I said, okay, I'm gonna have one too. So then I had one. But got back together in 2008, and it showed me what perseverance, patience, growing up. Been together ever since, and so thank you. I love you. And thank you, MySpace, for bringing us back together. So that's there. Yeah. Our children, my family, our grandchildren, they're great. Everyone, friends. During the pandemic, we started something, a few friends of ours, we started a WhatsApp group called ODOS, 1 Degree of Separation. And it was some industry professionals who were out of work, then creatives, musicians, producers, artists, lawyers, set designers. And we started a group, 12 of us, from Trinidad, New York, Florida. I'm proud to say that group now is 400. And we've grown just building because we saw that there's a need in our community of teaching just not behind the mic, right? You want to learn law, you got to learn your copyright laws, you got to learn contracting, you got to learn booking, you got to learn ticketing. So I'm proud of that project. And alongside with Jorge and Zaitlin, they asked me to start a master class, but I said I'm not a master of anything. So we started lunchroom discussions, right? With a cool lunch table at high school. So we take creatives and we have conversations, because I'm gonna learn from them just as much as you're gonna learn from me. So that's another thing I'm proud of. Radel, I was a fan of his. We met, and a long time ago I told you, I may not know everything, but I'm not gonna steer you in the wrong direction, and that's a promise that I'm gonna keep on with you as well. Lastly, El Diario. Thank you for this award. I just lost my dad in February, and he used to, he would always buy 2 papers, right? English paper and El Diario for the sports. He never learned English, or he did, he didn't tell me. He'd read the sport. He'd read the sports pages, I'd read the sports pages, and then we'd flip, right? And I'd read the sports pages, try to decipher the words. But one thing I always looked at was the nightlife section, because he used to go out, and I always wanted to see where he would go out and everything, right? So I would always follow bands, and that's where my love for salsa came in. For him, my mom, I lost my mom in '95, but my mom used to work for El Diario. I didn't tell anyone when I was given the award. She worked there from 1980 to 1988. From Lower East Side, I'd walk over, get free lunches on Varick Street. And when she passed, they wrote a great article, so I always have a piece of El Diario. I'm always appreciative. And it's a little yellow, but just to show y'all, you know. So, yeah, so, Mom, we made it. There she is right there. So, thank you, El Diario. And it's at the old 1-900 seeking partners page. I don't know what happened there, but you know. No, seriously, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Congratulations, everyone. I hope to meet all you guys and appreciate it. Yes, thank you. You got it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, I got that one already. Oh, you did? Yeah. Thank you.
What a beautiful story, and how amazing that you kept that article and brought it here to share with us. That's such a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I hope you laminate it so it doesn't get any more yellow. And our next awardee is Cross-Cultural CEO, Omnicom Media Group, Michael Roca, Executive Director. And we honor Michael for promoting diversity and representation in media. His efforts to elevate the underrepresented voices has reshaped the industry and opened doors for so many generations. Congratulations.
I didn't realize that I'm wearing the same exact outfit that I have in my headshot. Yeah, so look, I am gonna keep this short. I know I'm between you and having lunch. I know everyone's hungry. Everyone's hungry? Yes? All right, cool. I first want to thank the folks who nominated me. So thank you to our publisher friends at My Code, El Diario. I want to thank my Omnicom Media Group family. Lauda, Carol are here from OMG. So thank you. I'm a kid from Queens. I heard some Elmhurst activity here. Yeah. But with parts made in Guatemala. So El Diario was always in our house. So this one means a lot because this paper truly connected me to what was happening in Central America. There weren't that many Guatemalans growing up in Queens in the 80s and 90s. I know things have changed, but this really does mean a lot to me. I also want to thank my wife, my 3 kids. I think Dennis already left to Miami. I have to run to the airport, so I have to leave here by 2 p.m. Hopefully he get me some tickets to the Argentina game tonight. But what we do from a cross-cultural perspective is double-click into the Hispanic community for advertising. So Gregory, that was an amazing GMC ad that you did there. They're not one of our clients, but that's a great spot. There are 68 million Latinos in the US, almost 20% of the population. $4 trillion in buying power. If you extract that out of the US GDP, that's the 5th largest economy in the world. Bigger than the UK, France, and India. Now I have a little pop quiz for everyone here. What do you think is the most common age of the 68 million Latinos in the US? The mode age, the most common number. No Googling, please. 40? 17. Yeah. Let that sink in. 17. And for the non-Hispanics in the US, it's 34. So let that sink in and see what the future looks like, right? 1 out of every 4 Gen Z, so those under the age of 24, are Latino. So there's some powerful storytelling here, right? And I think the theme of it has been culture, community, connection. But there's serious power in numbers, right? And you're seeing that at the voting ballots. You're seeing that at the box office and cinema. Any given movie that opens any weekend, almost a third of box office receipts come from Latinos. So we play a huge part in society, but we're gonna play a bigger part in the future, right? So that's something that we always preach to our clients, is how do you ensure that you're connecting with Hispanic today, but making sure that they're loyal to you in the future, right? Because they're gonna disrupt everything. So I leave you with this. There's power in numbers. We rise together as a community, but we also play a pivotal role in terms of bringing up those folks who are behind us, right? I know we're all running 1,000,000 miles per hour, but the reflection for me with El Diario, it brings me back to being a kid in Queens and what my role is for the next generation, especially for those who are coming up in advertising and marketing, and how important it is to have representation in leadership and people that have those lived experiences and shared lived experiences. It's important that we have more of those folks at the table. So thank you very much. I don't know if lunch is next, but I want to keep this short and sweet. So thank you.
And it's a nice outfit, by the way. Don't feel bad. And as we continue to celebrate today's honorees, we are reminded that success is measured by how we uplift others, through the scholarship donations particularly, continuing to invest in the future generations. And this year, El Diario is happy to announce 2 scholarship donations. So please join me in welcoming Ricardo Izquierdo Arroyo, Chief Operating Officer of NICA, will be representing and presenting the first scholarship donation to one of the recipients, Sebastián Cabrera. Pasa, Sebastián, y felicidades. You can take that one to the bank. It's a little big.
Sorry. First, thank you so much for allowing me to have this opportunity. I want to thank my family who has supported me throughout my whole life. I want to thank the people who've been by my side all the time, never leaving me behind. I want to thank my school for allowing me the chance to be here or being recommended. I also want to thank El Diario for allowing me to have this opportunity. I wouldn't be here. Of course I wouldn't be. If these people have not given me this opportunity, and thank you so much for that. I thank every person in this audience right now that is watching me, that is maybe setting expectations for me, or maybe like thinking about me. Thank you for allowing me to be here, for watching me, and for keeping me here present as I am. And just, yeah, thank you.
You're going to leave your check behind? Muchas felicidades. And I've heard a couple of stomachs growling. Is it coming from this table? Or is it this table? It's the Pix 11 table, right? We're going to have a little lunch break now, so enjoy your lunch, and we'll be back with the second part of this program. And for the young people in this room, I mean young as, we're all young, but I mean young as in the college scholarship recipient, take advantage of all these important people in this room. Introduce yourself, get their cards. You don't know, your future employer can be sitting right here, so take advantage of that. Thank you. We are going to continue with our program, but we want you to enjoy your meal because this is so delicious. And I want to thank the entire staff of the Harvard Club that is just so gracious and just so amazing. And I wish we could meet the chef. Wow, that's some good chicken. Isn't that some delicious chicken? Usually I don't order chicken when I go to a restaurant because we have chickens at home as pets. Also, the eggs have been very, very expensive, you know, so I have to honor my chicken. So I never order chicken on the menu. But today I was like, when he put the chicken down, I was like, "Whoa!" But then I looked at the little paper, it just said chicken. So it was either that or a vegan dish, and, you know, I need my meat. So I ate my chicken. Sorry, Rory. That was our last chicken's name. Enjoy your chicken, enjoy your food because it's so delicious. And we're going to continue with the program. Just try not to clank the forks on the plates like this, okay? I'm just kidding. You can't eat without making noise. I'm just kidding. Enjoy it. We're going to continue with our program. And our next, the next person that we're going to call up here is Ricardo Cosme-Ruiz, Special Advisor, New York City and Downstate Justice Initiatives. He will be presenting the second scholarship donation to Santiago Wong Falconi. Santiago, yes.
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Seguramente se estén preguntando quién es este muchacho tan guapetón que tienen aquí delante y de dónde viene. Primero que nada, mi nombre es Santiago Wong. Soy originario de Ecuador. ¿Alguien aquí que sea de Ecuador? ¿No? ¿Nadie? ¿Que vive Ecuador? Preparé unas palabras para compartir con ustedes. Sí. Van a ser bastante cortas. Ok, es un gran honor recibir un premio como este. Muchas gracias a EL Award por darme esta oportunidad. Me va a ser realmente útil para cumplir mis metas universitarias y me complace saber que cuento con el apoyo de mi comunidad. El día de hoy quiero contarles un poco sobre mi historia. Llegué a este país en plena pandemia de 2020, una época en la que estuvimos todos confinados en nuestros hogares y con miedo de interactuar con el exterior. No fue hasta que la situación se calmó, hasta que pude por fin ir a la escuela. Y a diferencia de mi país, en donde nunca destaqué en nada, aquí vi una oportunidad para reinventarme y iniciar desde cero. Claramente no sería fácil. Me esperaban grandes obstáculos culturales y de lengua. Aún así, centrarme solamente en los obstáculos no me ayudaría a avanzar. Con la curiosidad que me caracteriza, iba todos los días a la escuela con la ilusión de aprender algo nuevo, en busca de un reto el cual dominar. También fue cansado, a veces poniendo por encima las cosas que quería hacer que debía hacer sobre las que quería hacer. Y asegurándome de dar siempre la mejor versión de mi trabajo, la mejor versión de mí. La persona que me ha apoyado siempre durante esta trayectoria ha sido mi mamá. Y ella siempre ha repetido una frase, siempre entrega tu mejor trabajo y haz de ello tu sello personal. Que cuando vean tu trabajo, que cuando vean un trabajo impecable, sepan que ese fue Santiago Wong. Este premio celebra todo el esfuerzo que he puesto en mis estudios, incluso cuando los demás no me veían. Una vez más, quiero agradecer este reconocimiento a los patrocinadores de EL Award y para todos aquellos que estén cruzando por una situación complicada en sus vidas, que sepan que siempre hay apoyo. Muchas gracias.
Felicidades, Santiago.
Gracias.
No dejes tu cheque. Muchísimas felicidades. Qué hermoso. Y felicidades a su mami también. And now we are going to move right along with our next recipient. is an entrepreneur, president and CEO, statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Carlos Medina, a dynamic business leader and advocate for Hispanic entrepreneurship. Through his work, he empowers thousands of business owners and inspires others to lead with integrity and vision. Carlos, felicidades. I interviewed Carlos probably every week during the pandemic, and I said to him today, it's the first time we ever meet in person. You're much better looking in person.
Hola familia, how's everybody doing? I'm super proud to be part of this Latino familia. We use the hashtag a lot at the Chamber, familia, and it's really the only word that could encompass what we do. You know, at the Chamber, we're people's mentor, their rabbi, their priest, their attorney. We try to be a little bit of everything because we know that many are first, second generation. They don't have that deep network that other businesses have. I'm a son of an undocumented Cuban immigrant who came to New York, and a cute little story. He was going to meet a woman named Sonia on a blind date, and Saida Rodriguez, my mom from Ponce, Puerto Rico, was in the room, and he ignored Sonia. Got him in a little trouble. But the largest obstacle was Jesus Rodriguez, Saida's dad, from Puerto Rico. He said, ese cubano no lo quiero en esta casa. Ese cubano solamente quiere sus papeles. That Cuban only wants his green card, and that's almost like 70 years ago. But how things, 70 years, and still we're dealing with similar issues about immigration and green cards. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What did I write in my little note here? Si mi pehuelo. I wrote a GDP, the Latino GDP. An individual before talked a little bit about the United States. We'd be the 5th largest economy. But you're standing in an area, if we did like a 20-mile radius of this room, the Latino GDP is $300 billion a year between New York and New Jersey. That's an impressive number. And that's a number I'm constantly, every day, knocking on doors and telling people, because I don't want to hear that Hispanics are a drag on the economy, we're not doing right things. That's BS. We're driving the economy. In 2008, we had a great recession. Main Street businesses were declining. What were Hispanic businesses doing? Boom. We saved the economy. Don't let anybody tell you different. We saved the American economy. The Latinos here, we're 20% of the country. My expectation is we're 20% of a board of directors, a C-suite, and the procurement. Because you gotta, as a company, you gotta look like the people you serve. Those are your customers. I look at boards. I won't go to a bank if I don't see somebody that looks like me on that bank. Movies, somebody said before, we're driving movie sales, right? I want to see Martinez, Medina, Gonzalez. I look at that. I look up the actor. I enjoy learning their story. But then I know that's what a lot of us Latinos do. So if you're smart, cast Latinos in your stories. We tell great stories. We're great actors. We're good-looking people. Come on. I want to thank my chamber familia, Giovanna, Danilo, Erica. Thank you. It's good to have 2 familias. The chamber really, especially during COVID when I was so stressed, that chamber familia really was a great sounding board. It brought me a lot of tranquility and love, so I'm very appreciative. And then I have my familia, my wife Livin, life of 31 years. And my daughter Marisol, who's a musical theater graduate, looking to work with people like Sergio Trujillo, which you're lucky to have, getting an award here today. Kiss of the Spider Woman tonight. Come on, we got to show those numbers, right? When we see ourselves on screen, support with your pocketbook. Thank you so much to Diario. It really means a lot to me. I lost my dad in March. He was everything, my mentor. He worked 38 years at the New York Times. One day I'll do a documentary on his life. But again, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Thank you.
Muchas felicidades para la familia Medina que se encuentra aquí en el día de hoy. And that's right, The Kiss of the Spider-Woman tonight. I got to interview Jennifer Lopez a couple days ago, and the movie is so much fun. I'm going to go see it again because, you know, I watched it on my phone. I had like a screening link with my name across the board, and I'm like, this sucks. I want to see it in the theater with the sound and the lights and enjoy it that way. So definitely go out and support our 3 Latinos in that big film with Jennifer Lopez. And so now, speaking of movie stars, our next recipient is someone who is very special to me. He's an award-winning journalist whose voice informs and uplifts the Latino community. This is a person that goes above and beyond to tell our stories, to represent our community in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. He was a star in the Dominican Republic. He was even in Los Cuerpos Hot. He was so hot, they were like, oh God, we need to put him in the list of Los Cuerpos Hot. That's like the hottest people ever in the Dominican Republic. So he came here to join us at Univision 41. He's turning red. And when I did the shift from entertainment, I was doing a lot of lifestyle stories. When I did that shift into hard news, because during the pandemic, my friends that work in television, the only ones that were still working on the air were the ones that were doing hard news, right? I made that shift, and he was the one that trained me on the street, and he was like, this is what you got to do. This is fast. This is not entertainment. You know, you got to hustle hard to get your interviews. You got to get those sound bites. You got to. And when he was offered a weekend position as an anchor, he said, I'm good. I'm happy with what I'm doing. You should offer that to Damaris. And this is why I love Gary Merson. Felicidades. La estrella de Univision 41.
Thank you. Good afternoon. No matter if you're every day on TV, there are some scenarios that make you feel nervous. This is one of them. I'm going to say a few words in Spanish because that's my primary language. And no matter if it's a compliment o un insulto, en español se siente distinto. Bueno. A lo largo de los años y en cualquier ocupación hay cosas que te hacen como tornar la vista hacia atrás, hacia tu recorrido. Y particularmente me hace ver que a los 10 años fue la primera vez que entré a un estudio de televisión. A los 15 agarré una cámara en mi hombro y a los 20 profesionalmente ya comencé a ver la televisión de otra manera y a interesarme profundamente por el periodismo. Ya los últimos 10 años, esta última década, todos en Univision, y es solo la punta del iceberg de lo que se fue construyendo durante muchos años desde la adolescencia. Y muchos de nosotros empezando en nuestros países, que en mi caso en la República Dominicana. Todo esto es simplemente gratitud total, cada paso un escalón, aprendiendo completamente. Me siento honrado dentro de este grupo de hombres que reciben este reconocimiento en el día de hoy. Y como muchos, también tengo que darle el agradecimiento a que detrás de cada uno de nosotros muchas veces hay una gran mujer. Mi compañera de vida, por coincidencia, está de viaje, pero mi abuela, al igual que Erick y muchos otros, igual que mi mamá, formaron parte de mí. Pero también hay hombres que te forman, que te ayudan. Y le quiero dar las gracias a mi papá, parte de eso aquí presente. Se merece parte del crédito y honrado. I'm very humble to receive this y ser parte de agentes de cambio en nuestra comunidad. Hablando con Victoria Infante, construyendo el artículo que acompaña a este reconocimiento, hablábamos de que muchas veces, seré breve, de que muchas veces hay personajes que uno no se debe enganchar de los personajes de nuestras historias. Pero cada día siempre hay uno que te deja un aprendizaje, que te deja una lección de vida. Recientemente ayudamos a una mujer, una joven madre, a recuperar a su bebita de 1 año que había sido presuntamente secuestrada por su papá en una batalla de custodia, fue sacada del estado. Y ver esa alegría en los ojos otra vez, en sus brazos, me hizo recordar la misión verdadera de nuestro periodismo, que es servir a la comunidad y hacerle la vida más fácil a nuestra gente. Ahí uno entiende el propósito de por qué nos dedicamos a esto. Finalmente, quiero agradecer al diario. Me siento realmente distinguido en lo que significa la palabra por lo único e irrepetible que significa este reconocimiento. Lo voy a atesorar como parte de lo más importante de mí. Gracias. Buenas tardes.
Qué abrazo más tierno. Yo diría que el señor Merson, papá, es el próximo para la lista de los cuerpos hot. And we're, Lori, stop cracking up. You're gonna make me laugh. Our next recipient is President and CEO of the Osborne Association. We honor Jonathan Monsalve for his leadership in criminal justice reform and compassion for those rebuilding their lives. His vision continues to bring hope and change to families and communities that have been affected by incarceration. Felicidades.
Muy buenas tardes. Es un placer estar aquí con todos ustedes hoy. My name is Jonathan Monsalve. I'm the president and CEO of the Osborne Association. But I want to use my time today to tell you a little bit about who we are and why this work is important. Osborne is one of the largest criminal justice nonprofits serving individuals involved in the criminal legal system here in New York State. We have offices in Newburgh, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Buffalo, and really what we do is provide services to folks who find themselves in the continuum of the criminal justice system, from the point of arrest to the point of reentry, inside of our courthouses here in New York State, and we have programming in 39 of the 42 state prisons, as well as Rikers Island. These services are really to support children who are affected by a family member's incarceration, those who are incarcerated, and also we recently began to provide an array of reentry housing options for individuals who are coming back home from incarceration. For me, this work is deeply personal. I'm one of the millions of Americans whose family has been impacted by incarceration. It's why I'm personally and professionally drawn to Osborne's work, which is to transform the criminal legal system and support individuals, families, and communities who are affected by incarceration. My vision is simple. Human beings do not belong in cages, and families do not deserve to be ripped apart. I want to say that one more time, particularly for our Latino immigrants and brothers and sisters. Human beings do not belong in cages, and families do not deserve to be ripped apart. I want to congratulate my fellow honorees today for their important achievements and for representing the Latino community and culture in such an impactful way. In spite of everything happening in our politics today, as a father of 2 young boys, being here with all of you gives me an immense amount of hope and fills me with an immense amount of pride to be a Latino man. Lastly, I want to thank El Diario for this recognition. I'm truly humbled and honored to be here with all of you today. And I'd also like to thank DCJS Commissioner Rosanna Rosado, who is a friend and who nominated me and always recognized our work and supports everything we do at Osborne. Thank you, everybody.
I'm going to remind everyone that the stage is very small, and after a glass of wine or two, it gets smaller. So when you come up here, please do it with caution. And our next recipient is Director of Apex Accelerator La Guardia Community College, Nelson Ortiz. And we recognize Nelson for his commitment to small business growth and economic empowerment. His leadership has helped minority-owned businesses secure billions in government contracts. Felicidades.
Good afternoon. Gracias a Dios llegó el café después de esa comida. I want to first start by saying thank you to El Diario for having and recognizing all the amazing people in this room. It's really, and I think they said in the beginning, you get like an energy. It was I got more to do. There's more work to be done. So I just want to thank you all for being here, and it's very inspiring to see so many amazing men. And not only that, recognizing their amazing families who have such an impact in their lives and in their success. So thank you again for that. I'd like to start by thanking Felipe Bello, who's out there somewhere, for nominating for this. And for more than a decade, I've dedicated my career to working with small businesses and helping them get access to corporate America, helping them get access to the public sector. And in my role at LaGuardia Community College, We're funded by the U.S. Department of Defense, and what we do is we help clients navigate the process to become bigger businesses in the city, state, and federal government. So it's almost not like work. I'm hanging out with business owners like my mother, who is a business owner for over 30 years in the Bronx, and I'm getting to know them. I'm getting to know their business. I'm getting to know their dreams, and it really is amazing to be in a room with some of the people that create and make people's dreams come true moving forward. Just to close out, I just want to say I want to thank my lovely wife for being here, Madeline. I want to thank my mother for being here and supporting me through the times. You know, she helped me. That salon that you had for 30 years nos ayudó a nosotros llegar a los logros que tenemos ese salón. La escuela, la comida, las vacaciones, toda esa experiencia fue por el trabajo duro de la familia de usted y de mi padre también. And lastly, I want to thank my wife again for just giving me some beautiful daughters. I have a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old, Madison and Camila. And that just gives me energy to be a better example, a better man, and to continue striving forward. Thank you all, and thank you for this amazing recognition.
Nelson, felicidades. Nobody is sleeping in that house, huh? 2-month-old baby. Maybe the 2-year-old is sleeping. That's a beautiful thing, though, to have a baby. My niece just had a baby, so we have a 2-month-old at home. I know what I'm talking about. And I get up at 4 a.m., so when that kid starts crying, I'm just like, what a blessing. Thank you, Jesus. I love that sound. No, but it's a beautiful sound. She's looking at me like, girl, keep it going. We're running late. Our next recipient is, I forgot where we are. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to bother you. Associate Dean, Student Development and Enrollment Management, Hostos Community College, Carlos Rivera. And we celebrate Carlos because he's a dedicated educator and mentor. His perseverance has turned hardship into purpose, and his work continues to ensure that other students are getting where they need to go, getting an education and getting in front of those potential employers and just being able to reach their goals. So felicidades para ti. Carlos Rivera.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes. So I'm a Puerto Rican from the Bronx. Believe it or not, I didn't speak English as a kid. I grew up in an era where you're not supposed to speak Spanish at work. You're not supposed to speak Spanish at school. Unfortunately for me, I lost my Spanish. It's horrendous now, but I will try my best. As an educator, as someone who facilitates the path for students from high school to college, I'm going to ask the audience to just give a huge round of applause to these students who got the scholarships today. Outstanding. So we're dealing with a new generation of young people. They were getting up, they were networking, they were asking for business cards. Even the parents were getting involved. You're very fortunate to be with your mother. It's something you should value and cherish. So I don't have many notes, but I did bring a call to action, and I'm hoping that this will resonate with everyone. And I have to lighten the moment for a moment. Shout out to Arturo for bringing Radel to open up. Damn. I got to find myself a comedian next time to intro me. Damn, that was awesome, man. Next time. Mentorship is critically important. And I want that to resonate with the audience today. Many of you are leaders and CEOs, executives, titans of the industry. But we got to mentor the next generation of young people. So shout out to people like Antonio Ponte in the back, Mr. Rodriguez in the back. These are the people I looked up to as a young fella coming up. And it's not just the guys, right? I'm looking at my table here, the Hostos table. We got our VP of Enrollment, Dr. Althea Sterling. What stands out? She's a lady, and I look up to her. She's my supervisor. I'm not doing this to, get in good with the boss. I'm not. but I watch her every day. I try to get to work early. I get in at 8, she's there at 7:45. These are the examples that we need to start pushing out to the next generation of leaders. I'm an interim dean, meaning I'm still working my way into the position. So this is the part where I'm trying to kiss up to the boss. Work with me. So right behind her is our dean, what I refer to as the dean of Hostos Community College, Dr. Ana Garcia Reyes. She recommended me. So again, someone I'm looking up to, I'm trying to follow in her path. And she will elbow me every now and then, Carlos, you need to do this. Yes, yes. But we need that as young people, right? And I don't identify as a young guy anymore, but it doesn't matter. Whether you're 20, 40, or 50, we need mentorship. If you're someone running your industry, look to us, guide us, protect us, and hopefully you can steer us to a position where you're holding right now. I'll close out with a quick note that I wrote here, and bear with me, I am not Gen Z, but I do use my cell phone for notes, if I can find them here. There we go. Each of you has the power to mentor, a inspirar, a guiar, and finally, para motivar. Thank you again to El Diario, a newspaper that was always at home. Even though my dad forced me to read the New York Times, I would always pull El Diario because I was a Spanish reader, a Spanish speaker. El Diario keeps our communities united. It keeps us connected. I heard different groups from Venezuelans to Mexicans to Cubans, Dominicans. I want to throw my country into the mix, Puerto Ricans as well. My Hostos colleagues, I appreciate you for being here today. I know people came out of their busy schedules to be here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
What a wonderful time to be Puerto Rican. I interviewed an actor a couple days ago. He's Mexican, but he said, once I heard that Bad Bunny is going to do the halftime show for the Super Bowl, he goes, yo soy boricua. And I was like, pa que tú lo sepa. And so moving right along, we have a video for the next awardee. This is a global culinary innovator who has elevated Latin cuisine to international acclaim. His creativity, passion, and leadership continue to inspire chefs and food lovers around the world. Ricardo Sandoval. Let's see what a day in the life of Ricardo Sandoval is like.
I think it's very important not to lose tradition, because I think tradition is the bridge or the segue to innovation. Hi, I'm Chef Richard Sandoval. I'm the chef and owner of Richard Sandoval Hospitality. Tengo restaurantes en 4 continentes, 12 países, muchos lugares que jamás se habían experimentado con comida mexicana y hoy está en todo el mundo. La semana pasada mudé a mi hija de Nueva York a Denver. La plática que tenía con mi hija de qué diferencia manejando un cierre, se siente la innovación. Paralelamente, cómo lo conecto con lo que yo he hecho. Newer generations are seeing newer things, they're using newer techniques. Mi primer restaurante, Maya, hace 30 años, obviamente, es un diferente restaurante a como es hoy. Because obviously, newer generations and people's ways of eating, expectations and trends are changing and evolving. And you have to evolve, and so you have to understand, again, your roots to be able to innovate.
Felicidades, Ricardo Sandoval.
Buenas tardes a todos. Muchísimas gracias. Déjame sacar mis notas a mí, porque a mí estas cosas sí me ponen nervioso. Se hace restaurantes, más esto no es mi especialidad. Bueno, como dije, buenas tardes a todos. Para mí es un placer ser parte de este distinguido grupo de recipientes de este gran reconocimiento del diario. It's an incredible honor to be here today, surrounded by so many inspiring Latino leaders who are shaping the future of our communities. I want to thank El Diario for this recognition. To receive this award in New York, a city that celebrates diversity and ambition, makes it even more meaningful. My journey began in Mexico, where my father owned a restaurant. It was there that I first understood how food could bring people together. It was more than just cooking. It was about connection, about culture, and about telling stories through flavor. Those early lessons stayed with me when I came to the United States and began building what today would become Richard Sandoval Hospitality. When I opened my first restaurant here in the city, I had one goal: to share the beauty and diversity of Mexican cuisine with the world. What started as one location has now grown into more than 60 restaurants in 13 countries. But the heart of it all remains the same: honoring tradition while embracing innovation. This award is not only a reflection of my work, but also of the incredible teams who bring the restaurants to life every day. It's for every cook, every dishwasher, every manager, and every young Latino who dreams of creating something of their own. Our culture is one of resilience, creativity, and generosity. Through food, I have been able to share a small part of that story. I am deeply grateful to be recognized among people who are doing the same thing in their own ways across many different fields. Thank you again, El Diario, for this honor, and to my family, friends, my son, who is here with me today. Thank you. And to all my colleagues who continue to inspire me. It's a privilege to represent our community, and I am proud to stand here today as part of it. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Don't forget your award. Thank you very much. Thanks again, and felicidades, Ricardo Sandoval, también in partnership with GMC, for this beautiful recognition. 21 distinguished men in our community here today. And moving along, we have Deputy Executive Secretary, Office of the Governor of New York, Edgar Santana. We honor Edgar for his extraordinary public service and leadership in state government. His dedication to excellence and community uplift amplifies the true spirit of servant leadership. Felicidades.
I know we're a little behind schedule, so I'm going to stick to my remarks. I promised Ingrid and others that I would keep it under 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
First of all, I want to congratulate all the honorees. It's an honor to be amongst you today. And for those of you who weren't in the video, your GMCs are parked outside.
Oh, nice.
To El Diario, thank you for giving this kid from the Bronx the opportunity to be here. Some of my fondest memories are of my mother making me read El Diario so she, would help me with my Spanglish. Through these awards, you create a tradition that uplifts our community. Latino men and women continue to face many challenges. Too often, their potential is denied by circumstance, prejudice, or just bad luck. So, how did I get here? First, Papa Dios, of course. God has blessed me in many ways. One of them is by adding 3 letters to my L. Those letters being L-A-S, las mujeres in my life, my ellas, those women who give me love, encouragement, and the opportunity to strive to be my best self. Shout out to my ellas, mi esposa y mi mamá, who couldn't be here today, but they give me unconditional love and pick me up when I fall. Thank you to Governor Hochul and Secretary Karen Persicelli-Keough for giving me the opportunity to serve at the highest level of state government, alongside talented leaders like Commissioner Rosanna Rosado, and she's the one that nominated me as well, so I got to give her a shout out. She also was the editor of this great paper. I want to also recognize one of my colleagues, Sofia Zayas, who is our Latino Affairs Director. What this governor does, what Kathy Hochul does for our community every day is a great source of pride for me, and I hope it is for you too. And finally, Las Chiquitas, my daughters, who inspire me every day to wake up and to make the world a better place. So thank you again, y que Dios te bendiga. Gracias.
I assume there's going to be a little box with all the keys, right, to the GMCs? I'm not supposed to take any kind of gifts that way, but it's against company policy. Lori, stop it. And our next recipient is a theater director and choreographer. Actually, no, I skipped. I knew. She knew I was going to do something wrong today. Our next recipient is Fer Da Silva, whose vibrant Heart of Fur series has inspired audiences around the world through his art and through his powerful messages of love, healing, and hope. He continues to inspire so many people, and it is such an honor to have an artist with us here today. Let's put our hands together for Fer Da Silva. We have an athlete, we have a comedian, we have a news celebrity from the Dominican Republic, Los Cuerpos Hats, and an artist. Such a beautiful thing. Felicidades.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so I promised I was gonna keep it short. So, thank you so much for being here. Buenas tardes. It's a pleasure, of course. I once heard this beautiful phrase that you never know what's going on in people's hearts. When I received the nomination for this award, I have to confess, I was really excited. I think I cried a bit, not only for the award, but because my younger self was happy. I started painting hearts years ago in Miami after going through a bad depression, and because you have to give out love in order to receive it, I convinced myself that those hearts would be my way of giving love. Then I moved to New York City. I tried selling my art on the streets. Nobody bought anything. I was desperate, but never doubted. I was later introduced to this amazing foundation, Gabriel's Angels. And if I trace the dots backwards, they're one of the reasons I'm receiving this award today. Being a full-time artist in New York is tough. You don't have a 9-to-5. You never know if you're gonna be able to pay rent. Is it scary? A lot, but it is worth it. It's worth it because you get to do what you love, whether you find yourself painting at 2 a.m. in your studio or helping raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for cancer research. It's a stressful career that most people don't understand, but when you know how far you'll go, you start being patient. Do you know why I'm so sure I'll go far? Because I will never stop. I am one of the luckiest people in the world because I get to share this with my best friends and people that I love. Lisette, Michelle, Layla, Gavi, Lydia, and Tom, thank you so much for being here. And I couldn't finish this without saying that I am the luckiest because I have the best husband ever. Please, Alex, stand up because I want everyone to know you. Because you also are part of this award. Alex, who not only supports me 100%, but is also one of the reasons I'm receiving this. Without him, this path would have been much harder. So thank you, Alex. And last but not least, thank you, Lisette Perez Almeida, for thinking of me, and of course to El Diario for this award, and for reminding us that love is always the answer. And remember, you never know what's going on in people's hearts, so please be kind. Thank you so much. And this was not part of the speech because it's just brand new, but as a Latino, as a Venezuelan, I think it's something we should all celebrate. Today, the Venezuelans received this amazing news that Maria Corina Machado was awarded with the Nobel Peace Prize. And it's a celebration because it gives us all hope to have the freedom that we are all fighting for. So thank you very much for this award. Thank you.
Y que viva Venezuela. And now, theater director and choreographer Sergio Trujillo, our next recipient. And we honor Sergio because he's an acclaimed Broadway director and choreographer whose creativity and trailblazing achievements have elevated the Latino community and Latino artistry on a world stage. Felicidades. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Claro, un abrazo, un beso. Cuidado ahí en la foto.
Gracias. Everyone's so quiet. It's after lunch. Everybody's a little sleepy. Get them some more coffee. Thank you. Buenas tardes. Thank you. Gracias. I'm deeply honored to receive this award from El Diario, to be recognized with this illustrious group of gentlemen, visionaries, trailblazers, movers and shakers is a moment that gives me great pride and gratitude. Thank you. As a Broadway director and choreographer, I've had the privilege of shaping stories that move people, both literally and emotionally. From Jersey Boys to On Your Feet, The Addams Family to Ain't Too Proud, I've seen how dance and storytelling can transcend language, culture, and borders. But none of these achievements happen in isolation. They were built on the shoulders of those who came before me, on the sacrifices of my family, on the strength of my community, and believe that our stories deserve to be center stage. I came to this country as an undocumented immigrant in search of the American dream, and I stand in front of you to prove that the American dream is still alive, and we mustn't give up. But I also came with the dream to, and the passion to tell stories, to move audiences, and to make space for voices like me. One of the most meaningful milestones of my career thus far was getting to direct and choreograph Real Women Have Curves, the musical, on Broadway last season. It was produced under the banner of True Worthy Productions. It is a company that I co-founded with my husband, Jack Noseworthy. And this is a show that celebrates Latina women, their strength, their humor, and their truth. It is a story that demanded to be told, and I'm proud to have brought it to life. And I'm not one to dwell on the past. I believe in moving forward, taking advantage of the momentum of a moment like this, and the energy of our community and on the promise of what's next. Through our company, we're developing new musicals that empower our community. Musicals like Water for Chocolate, Laura Esquivel's famed novel, and La Casa de las Flores, which is a show that was on Netflix. So look out for those two musicals coming up. And these are narratives that I want to bring to the stage, that we want to bring to the stage, so that we can give voice to all Latinos. And today, I'm reminded of how far we've come. This afternoon marks the opening of Kiss of the Spider-Woman, the movie musical. It is a Hollywood film that I choreographed, which stars Jennifer Lopez, Diego Luna, and Tonatiu. And to see an all Latino cast fills me with so much pride, and it's a testament to the brilliance, the depth, and the range of our artists, and to audiences who are hungry to tell for our stories, and stories that reflect us. Ingrid, where are you? Ingrid, I accept this award on behalf of every artist who has ever felt unseen, every Latino who's ever been told to wait for their turn. But I believe that our time is now. Our stories are powerful, and our voices are essential. To El Diario, thank you for this incredible honor. To Lisette Almeida, thank you for nominating me. To my family, my collaborators, and my community, I thank you for lifting me up. And I promise to keep dancing, to keep directing, and to keep telling our stories. Thank you.
What an honor it is to be standing on this stage with so many beautiful souls, beautiful people inside and out that are just changing the world by leaving their mark, and how remarkable it is to be able to join in the celebration year after year. This is the 21st EL Awards, and it is such a, really, it is a gift to be here today. And once again, congratulations to all of you. We have one more awardee, and this is Chief Executive Officer, Police Athletic League, Carlos Velázquez. And we recognize Carlos for his leadership and lifelong commitment to youth empowerment. Through his work, he continues to create safe spaces and brighter futures for New York City's young people. Felicidades.
Big guy, little stage. Thank you. Standing here among so many remarkable leaders, I feel deeply honored to accept this recognition from El Diario, a publication that's been telling our community stories for over a century. That's longer than most of us have been keeping up with our group chats. I want to thank El Diario for continuing to shine a light on the people and places that make our community so strong. You've made sure our stories aren't just heard, they're celebrated in print and in history. People ask why I do what I do, and I do it for us. I do it for the young Carlos growing up in East Harlem, who was taught at a very young age to not love his community because there was something wrong with it, and then left his community and realized the only way to make it better is to come back and inspire. I do it with people like my brother Felipe Ayala, who I've known for many years, inspiring young people in our community. I do it for every young person who hasn't made it. I do it for my grandmother and my grandfather who came from Puerto Rico to give us a better chance. I do it for my mother and father who woke up every day and didn't quit. So together, all of us, the 21 of us in this room, and everyone who supports us, will continue doing it for our community. Thank you, El Diario, and thank you for all of you for continuing to serve our community and uplift our stories.
Let's put our hands together one more time for all of our recipients. 21 awards to 21 amazing human beings. Gracias nuevamente por estar aquí. Thank you for allowing me to be your MC today. Gracias a los papás que vinieron con las personas que estuvieron hoy recibiendo un reconocimiento, a las madres también, a los hijos, a los amigos, los compañeros de trabajo, al diario por organizar esto y reunirnos de una manera tan especial. Esto es un evento único y la verdad que las palabras que se dijeron aquí son profundas. These were very deep words that we all got to hear, a lot of wonderful speeches that we all got to witness and be a part of something that is just part of history. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for inspiring everyone through the work that you do and for not allowing anyone to stand in your way until you know that it can be done. We keep moving forward as a community, as a family, como latinos, sin parar, porque nuestros abuelos y nuestros padres llegaron aquí para que nosotros tuviéramos una oportunidad. As immigrants, we're here today. We're occupying a seat at these tables in this beautiful place because the people that came before us, our parents and our grandparents, worked really hard, and they left everything behind. To come here not knowing what to expect, not speaking the language, not understanding the culture. And they said, you know what, we're going to bring our kids here and we're going to hope for the best. We're going to get on our knees and we're going to pray that rosary every day. And we're going to hope that our kids reach that American dream. And you all are here today just as a testament to that American dream. So muchas felicidades a ustedes. Gracias nuevamente por el cariño, por escucharme, y a ustedes, el diario, por ayudarme también a formar parte de este evento que es tan bonito. We have every story in here. I'm going to be calling some of you because I'm always looking for interviews at Univision. And this is going to be in this supplement on Sunday. So October 12th, let's look for the edition of this on eldiario.com. There's the commercial, yeah?